The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
I've got to get right into it because there's so much to talk about today. This video started circulating around the time that the Michigan right to work for less, right to fire protests were going on. And this video was put out there by Steven Crowder. Now, Steven Crowder is someone who is being identified as a Fox News contributor. And what I'll tell you about that is he has not actually been on Fox News prior to this video for, I believe it's 5 months. So it seems very clear that he is a contributor only in the sense that he had a video that Fox News thought would really be great to amp up anti-union bias. Now, what was this video? The video is of Steven Crowder at the Michigan protest appearing to be assaulted. And the title of his video that he put on YouTube is Unions Assault on Camera. It's gone mildly viral, about 1 million views, and it appears at one point that he is punched by a man. People are swearing at him. Let me give you just a first glance at the initial video, and then we'll get into the analysis, which I'm telling you, Lewis, this is fascinating. Let's take a look here.
Right to work that you oppose so much. What I oppose about right to work is because it's the freedom to freeload. They can suck all of the parasitical benefits and the hard wages that unions have negotiated, and they get it for free.
You've already destroyed one tent. Leave the tent alone.
Get the out of my face!
Don't tear down the tent.
Get the out of my face!
You hurt a lady in there.
You're addressing me. I ain't hurt nobody. You hurt the out of my face. Back the up.
Stop tearing down the tent.
Back the up.
And now we're getting to the point where he appears to be punched by a man. Let's keep an eye on this.
You just assaulted me.
And there it is. This guy appears to punch him there, and then they start grappling. Okay, so let's stop it right there. There's so much to look at here that I can't even tell you, but let's start with a few different things. Number one, you hear a reference about he's telling someone that you heard a woman in there or something like that. Now that's referencing a tent. You already knocked down one tent, something like that. That's referencing some tents that were knocked down. These tents that were actually for Americans for Prosperity, which were out there in favor of the Republican governor's proposal. We're going to get to that in a second. I want to get to the part where he is punched by one of these, quote, union thugs. I'm going to run this back, and I want you to look very, very carefully here, because there's a point where if you look closely, you have to look closely here, just before Steven Crowder is swung at, the guy who swings at him is getting up off of the ground. Now, if this was one of these union thugs just out there to bully the Fox News contributor who's not been on Fox for 5 months, why is the guy getting up off of the ground so angrily? It appears, Lewis, that there is some other explanation for why this guy was on the ground that may tell us a little bit about why he was so angry with Steven Crowder, don't you think?
No.
You don't think so?
I think he swung at him and fell to the ground and then started swinging again.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
That's not what all the witnesses say. So since this happened, a number of people who were there on the Thom Hartmann program and on a number of other shows have said these people were there to instigate, including Steven Crowder, and that there's a lot more to the story. And if you look at the selective cutting in this video,
the cutting is strange. I'll give you that.
It's been analyzed extensively. Keep an eye here. Again, the man is getting up off of the ground. Take a look at this. Look carefully so you don't miss it. There he is. The guy is down. He is being helped up, and then he swings at this guy. So what exactly was going on here? We basically have an understanding that Steven Crowder was there with these Americans for Prosperity people. They were there to intimidate, they were there to instigate, they were there to create these situations. And what Crowder is known for is getting right up very close to people, very close. I mean, Lewis, where you have to lean back to avoid bumping heads and asking question after question to get people really riled up at what is clearly is an emotional place. Now, let's go back to the tent thing, because you see Steven Crowder say, hey, you already knocked down one tent. Well, what was that about? What exactly happened? Did these union thugs show up to knock down the Americans for Prosperity tents? No. What it appears that happened is that the tents were actually starting to be cut because people were getting trapped under the tents because of the entire commotion that was there. And here is video filmed by someone else showing the tent, the Americans for Prosperity tent. Remember, Americans for Prosperity, Koch brothers, don't forget, coming down, and it was the union workers who were helping to cut the tent so that people wouldn't be stuck under it. Let's take a look at this next video. So you can see holding the tent up, cutting, so on and so forth. And then if we actually skip forward, we actually have some video here where you can actually hear people saying, hey, is everybody out of there? Because people were getting trapped. Take a look at this.
Get everybody out of there now. Get everybody out of there now.
There you go. So again, the idea that the, quote, union thugs knock down tents. I mean, this is just the epitome of selective editing, and people are going nuts. There is no question in anyone's mind who was there that Americans for Prosperity and Fox employees, and by employees I mean Steven Crowder, who's tangentially this contributor, they went to incite the crowd, and it worked, and Crowder is known for using this. This is very, very clear. Your thoughts, guys?
I mean, when you got to be able to control your emotions. I mean, clearly this guy is here to cause that type of reaction.
Right.
And when he's sitting there with his cameraman, I mean, come on. You just control it.
No question. And Natan, again, every indication from witnesses is that Crowder hit that guy first and then only showed the part of the video where the guy is getting up and swinging back.
Right. Fortunately, I think we can say that the PR campaign against the union guys just isn't going to work. And labor it looks like labor is becoming more powerful as a result of this whole debacle. So we'll see what happens
Although all
in the
these
next
laws
year.
are signed that are weakening labor.
Well, but they're looking at the next gubernatorial elections in 2013, 2014 to see if they can get these governors out of office and reverse these laws.
Let's hope so.